Morning, Pete.
Big changes for Cannock. Interested to get your take on this. Do you think the hospital comes out of this well?
Absolutely. And I mean, the good news yesterday is that Cannock Hospital was saved. There was a huge question mark hanging over its future for many years. And, many people have been saying to me that it is going to close. That hasn't happened. And in fact, what we've seen yesterday is a major step change in the fortunes of Cannock Hospital, because these proposals, as David has just said, mean that for the first time in a generation, services will be coming back into Cannock Hospital rather than being stripped out. And all we've seen since it's been opened, really, are services coming out, wards closing. It was opened with 9 wards. It's now just 2 wards open. And there is only 40% of that hospital building being currently used. And what David has offered and what has come out in the proposals yesterday is not only will Wolverhampton underwrite and run all the existing services that are currently going on in that 40% of the hospital, but they will actually decant more elective surgery into it and start to use 60% of space straight away, with an ambition to increase that further. So it is fantastic news for Cannock Hospital, and the first time in a generation that we're seeing services coming back into the building rather than being taken away.
Do you think that Wolverhampton's the best partner, though, for Cannock?
I think Wolverhampton is the best partner, because I think it made the biggest offer in terms of using the space available. My only slight concern, and I'll say this so David can hear it, is that clearly using 60% of a building isn't using 100% of a building, and I will certainly look forward to working with David and others to make sure that we use all the space available in Cannock Hospital, because in my mind, it's only when a building is fully used that it can have absolutely no threat to its future whatsoever. And I hope that David and the administrators are in talks with people like Walsall Hospital Trusts, maybe GPs who would be interested in locating their surgeries in the hospital, and other healthcare providers to use that final 40%, or indeed whether David has an ambition to increase the elective footprint even further and use up that extra space, because that is when we know the future is fully secure. But compared to where we were 2 days ago, yesterday was a major step forward for our hospital, and it has a much more secure long-term future today than it did yesterday.
Aidan Burley, Conservative MP for Cannock Chase. David,